me find some epic background music. What kind of epic background music? Something chill and not too noisy? Like what? Okay, what's a good video game soundtrack? Soft piano. Here's the problem is I'm live right now, so this whole conversation's being captured. It's gotta find something. What's a game with soft piano? What'd you say about stream? Okay, well stream, fine. You find what's a good soundtrack to listen to in the background of a stream. Tell me, cause I don't know. Oh, I should share this link with like people. That's an idea. This is the pre-show. Okay. Oh, gee. Here we go. And if you want, as we're like going through the 3D stuff, whenever we get to that, feel free to ask like questions and stuff. I'd love to give tips to tell you how to do stuff or what programs I'm using and whatever else. It's always good stuff. Oh yeah, music. Before music, also important is another link needs to be sent out. Okay, now music. What's like a good indie game soundtrack? Relaxing indie game music. Maybe it'll just play through some that are good. I've picked a playlist like this before. Let's do it. Wow. As long as this isn't too loud. Alright, tell me how the, hi, Mr. the Nerdy Gaming Cuber. Greetings, Philosophical Falafel Waffle. Oh, you subbed. Cool, I don't know who you are, but thanks. I run a art Discord, by the way. I think the link should be somewhere in the description. I don't remember how YouTube works. It's been a minute. I'll ask some good questions to you guys in a little bit. I'm almost set up here. I just need to get the stream chat open in a place where I can see it easier. So right now I just have a playlist of like indie game music. This is apparently from a game called Dicey Dungeons, which I've never heard of. So here, really quick, real soon, I'm going to get some stuff open up so that we can get started for real. Now I got my stream opened up, or my I got the comments open where I can see them. So let's do this. You're a small YouTube artist? That's cool. Let me flip over. We'll go through texturing real quick. You can see what kind of stuff I've been working on. So I have this scene I'm recreating, and right now I'm just kind of working on the props and the textures for the props. I generally try to keep my geo low so I don't have too much geometry. And I have a ridiculous amount of folders in my file. But everything's organized. I know what everything is. This texture here was generated in Substance Designer, and I can go over that a little bit at some point too if someone wants to see. So I got a personal project that I'm working on that uses, or that I'm going to need to make something in Substance Designer with anyway. And I can also go over, if anyone wants to know, how I got the leaves on this, because I might actually have to do something with it later anyway. But my plan right now is I'm going to clean up some model real quick without changing the UV maps for everything. I just want to make the pots here a little rounder. The chair is probably pretty comfy. Oh, and a really cool thing I want to show, if anyone's interested, is how I made this pillow. This pillow is really cool. Also, I have no clue how you said that twice, but that just happens sometimes. But yeah, this pillow, the way you can make a pillow like this in a second is really cool, and I might actually just go over that here in a minute. So I have my stuff opened up in Maya over here, and you can see I was smoothing out the plant a little bit. So I've been given pretty much like unlimited map size and like model geo on this project. So I can make this smoother now. Just gonna take me a minute to lay out. And I'm making this plant look better. I'll show you what that looks like over here. So this plant right here, I don't like the way it looks. So I was gonna remodel that too, without changing the map again. I don't want to change the UV maps at all, because then I'll have to retexture everything pretty much if I'm not careful. I can't re-lay out any of my UVs. Let me show you what my maps look like too. Looks like Reese's Pieces. I don't know what looks like Reese's Pieces to you, but Reese's Pieces are good. But yeah, let me show you the UV maps. So this is the furniture map, which has the chair and the table and stuff like that. I'll turn that off and go to shelf props. And shelf props is what I'm working on right now. I'm gonna go back to the furniture and add in like seams on the chair and stuff like that. I'm just not there yet. See, I got these laid out really nice. And here's the leaf, because this is interesting. So this whole back part of the leaf is transparent, like that dark green that's there. You actually can't see it because its alpha is 0. And then here's the flower on the cactus. And they're literally just images I've laid over the map. Yeah, one time. In like some guy's video. Oh yeah, Dizzy's video. 3D art's cool. I know how to make games. Zoom out a little bit. So yeah, if you were ever interested in how like textures work, like astronomical or anything, this is how they you have your shape and you unfold it and lay it out on a flat plane, and so that's where we get this. And then you just kind of fit everything onto this like single texture map, so you can see like how this looks. This is clearly like a cube, and I'll go back and show you that's what this box is. I just like to show off stuff like this. and show how to do this stuff. It's not hard. Like, making this right here is really not hard. So if you're curious, I'm going to show you how to make that pillow. Because I think that pillow is really, really, really cool. I'm going to turn off those background structures. Also, forget that this says bingo time. This is temporary to see how the chalk looked on this chalkboard. But yeah, I'm making a cafe scene. So this pillow right here, this is super duper easy to make. It takes like 1 minute. So I'm going to show you that. Just because I think that's super neat. So I'm going to open up Maya here. I'm going to switch over to my Maya scene so that other stuff isn't like overlaid. Let me make sure the music's quiet enough. I want it to only be in the background. Alright, so Maya. I'll just go ahead and use the scene I'm already in here, but I need to make a cube. If it works, it kind of feels like it's about to crash. This file got like weird and like messed up. It didn't crash though, so we're good. I don't know how, but lucky me, I have like everything like I have a lot of like saves, so it's okay. It's not necessarily the way I should say, but I have backups. So we're gonna take this cube. We're going to hop into the attribute editor. Should be. Everything's moving really slow. I wonder what's wrong. Maybe I just shouldn't be adding anything into the scene right now. So we're going to hop into the attribute editor and open up Polycube 1. And let's add some subdivisions. Like say 10. We're going to add some height. We'll say 5, and some depth will be 5 in this case. And then we're going to scale this too. Scale it like flat and long. So you can see this is part of like this file being kind of like corrupted. You can see this like weird effect that's going on. I've never seen this happen in Maya before, but it's really weird. But I'll just save and reopen the file. If you have Steam open, try closing it. I shouldn't have Steam open. Steam doesn't open by default on my computer. I have to open it myself manually. It's probably just partly I'm streaming. I'm running YouTube to get music going. Stuff like that. The combination isn't very like good to my computer. I do have something I should check though, real quick. My mouse slows down the computer. It's really weird. Let's see. We are using 83% of memory right now. Most of that is Substance Painter, which that makes sense. Substance Painter is like that. The rest of that is like Firefox. Maya's like not even up here. There's Maya. It's under Firefox. That's weird. I'll close Discord though. Discord uses like it slows things down a bit sometimes. Also runs like 3 times. I've turned off certain things that start on boot up, like whenever I boot up my computer. That way my computer can start up faster if I need to like turn it off and back on. Because sometimes I do with like the projects I work on. So everything's moving a little smoother now, but let's reopen the scene. And then I'll show you how to make this pillow. Because what we're going to do is we're going to run a cloth simulation and we're going to pressurize this. It's really, really neat. So we're going to go over to modeling and set that into effects. And we're going to click on end cloth up here in the top, kind of leftish of the screen. And we're going to create an end cloth. We're going to do that on this object here. So now we can go over to nucleus, set gravity to 0. And then we're going to go over to in cloth and pressure. So here we're going to set this pressure up, this number right here, let's say like, I don't know, 0.5. Why not? And so now whenever we press play and the scene starts to run and move, it should pressurize it. And now we have a pillow. Isn't that neat? Look at that. Look how soft that is already. So quick and easy to get that shape. And you can just pause this anywhere on this timeline that you want. You can also turn, if you invert the pressure, something interesting happens. It starts to like fold in on itself. See that? So we obviously don't want that, but we can turn the pressure up like to 1 and it's gonna like flip out, be like really full. We can turn the pressure to like a little under 0.1 and it should kind of like be just a very not like super puffed up pillow. So once we find the right pressure, we can find the right frame. So let's find a frame that we like of this pillow here. Press play. I think I like it. Let's go back a little bit. Let's see. This seems like a good frame right here. So now that we have a frame that we like, let's go into object mode. And let's delete its history. So now it should no longer reset. So now we just have this and we can do whatever we want with it. Isn't that neat? We can take it wherever we want. If we hit play, nothing's gonna happen. And that's how I got my pillow over here. Just real quick, real easy. It was just cloth simulation. Nothing else. Nothing less, nothing more, nothing whatever else you want to say. I'm just gonna reopen my scene from before I did that because I don't want to. Getting rid of a cloth like sim thing here is a little like weird sometimes. So, and I did get rid of it, right? I just want to make sure I didn't ruin anything else in the scene because I don't want to add anything new here. I'm not adding more models than there already is, or nothing more that would go into a texture map. So what I was doing is I was going to smooth out this plant, which you saw I had open up in Substance earlier. That way it will look a little nicer. And I've already actually smoothed it out, so I can just start laying this leaf out however I want. But I'm going to start by taking this pivot I have here, press D. And when you press D, you now have the ability to move the pivot without moving the thing. I'm going to hold V, and I'm going to snap it to this vertex all the way down here. Now that I have it snapped to that vertex, let me straighten out this it's kind of weird that it's not straight, actually. Center pivot. Yeah, it's weird. Okay. But I'm going to straighten out the pivot once I get it there so I can rotate it smoothly. To do that, you just grab those while you still have D pressed. You don't hold down D, but like by pressing it, you toggle it. And now that's about how I want it. Just going to zoom out. And now I can just start duplicating and rotating these however I want. And this is how I'm going to get the look of the plant the way I want it. See that weird glitch where it's like tearing the screen? Like bizarrely, I've never seen that until just a little bit recently. Let me rotate the pivot a little bit so that matches the rotation of the leaf. There we go. And so now too, I can take these all together. I can duplicate them and rotate them. And maybe I want these to be a little lower, so I'll scale them down a tiny bit. And I'll take these all again, duplicate, and I'll rotate them, and I'll scale them all up a little bit, and maybe make them thinner. And see that? Now I have the basis of my plant. And I'll give you another quick tip too here in a second. Once I have this looking about how I want it. I want it to look almost the same as I had this, but just smoother. I think I've about actually got it. Seems a little more random, which is what I want. Let's go back to Maya. Let's see. I could do with a little more randomness. Maybe I can do one more set of these. rotate it around. Whoops, I actually accidentally did a Control E, which is extrude. We don't want that. That'll kind of mess things up a little bit. I think this will be much closer to what I want. And just rotate things a little bit to have some more randomness too. And then I'm going to combine these all with the pot in a minute too. So that's easy to move around whenever I start putting them in the scene later. The scene in Unity. Okay, so here's another tip. If you're going to make foliage, and I'll have to save the scene and reopen it because it's doing the weird, like, glitched out thing again. But so, whenever you make leaves, if you want to put them in a game engine, there's a couple things you're going to need to do, or one of a couple things you're going to need to do. One of those is, odds are your plant, like this, won't render one side of the leaf in engine if it's only one plane. So you either need a shader that renders two sides of a single plane, or you need to do what I did in this case. I've made a shader before that renders two sides of a plane for foliage and actually adds wind to it as well. But in this case, what I've done, and I kind of forgot to actually do it, but oh wait, yeah, I'll show you how you do this. So what you're gonna need to do, this is great that I didn't do it yet. I'm gonna actually grab. I'm gonna fix something real quick. I want it to look a little bit more of an arch on this. I just want more of an arch on the plant. Kind of the way I'm choosing to go about getting that arch. That seems good. Plant seems nice and random. Okay. So to get that, wait, what was I saying? Oh yeah, to get it to render both sides, what you're gonna need to do is you're gonna need to select your leaves, which I'm going to go ahead and combine them into one object here real quick. Also, always keep your outliner clean. So let's combine these into one object. Find it in the outliner. We're going to name these leaves. Or potted plant leaf. I don't know. We'll just name them leaves for now. We'll center the pivot. And so we're going to need to duplicate them. And we're going to go switch this back to modeling. Go up into mesh display. And we're going to hit reverse. And that will reverse the normals. So now, the second set of leaves that we got, I'm going to shift them down a tiny bit. I do that so I can see it. You'll see they are now a perfect flipped version of those planes that we had on the top. Now they have color. And that means that they'll render out in engine for you so you can see the texture on both sides. Now, in the texture map, and I'll show you that real quick, the UV map, I have these stacked so they're all going to look the exact same. So they are all this one single leaf here on the map. And the map itself looks like, and I'm going to save real quick because this is where like the corruptedness of this shows. So here's what the map looks like, the whole map for this. These are all the objects I have selected. This leaf right here is the one and only leaf that needs to be textured to show this entire plant being done. And that saves me time. I don't have to texture each and every single leaf of the plant. And it's not something that you'll ever notice. You don't notice that these are all the same exact leaf, because it just looks like the plant. And the plant leaves look similar anyway. So that's what I did. Let's see. Let's try to get a good count of these leaves real quick. So I think I did add too many leaves. It might look like cheesy. in my new one. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe not. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to combine both of these into just one set of leaves. Oh, and we also want to, when we're combining things, delete history. So let's see, leaves. There we go. And I don't think I want any of these flipped. Do I? I do want them flipped. So yeah, the red's okay on this. Oh, it might have crashed now. This is part of my Maya for this project just being broken, like really bad right now. I don't know how this happened, but this is something I gotta put up with. This song's apparently from Deltarune, which I've never actually played. I'm just kind of waiting until the whole thing comes out. Well, I guess while we wait for Maya to crash out for us. There we go. It's so bizarre, and I've like sent in like a error report for this. There's no like reason for why this happens. This is really weird, really bizarre. Hope you're learning something cool though. Also know, like, try not to have your file corrupted like this. Wow, that was bright. Okay, let's open up Maya again. Oh, weird. This started capturing Substance Painter because Maya's closed. It just wanted to find a window to capture. It's interesting. So another thing I want to fix while I have Maya open is I'm going to take this plant and make it look better. And for this cactus over here, which looks pretty good, I think already, I'm going to add little planes on it, kind of like how I have the flower on the top. And I'm going to have spines that stick off of it, and they'll actually like stick out, unlike these which are just textured on. And see this flower? What's cool about this flower is it's super like cheap. It's like a plane with 4 quads so that it can like bend inwards. It's really neat, and I could probably show you that if I hit this button right here. So you can see what the plane actually looks like. Isn't that neat? It doesn't need to be like completely totally round. I think that's super cool. Maya should be open again now. Let's get this to pick up Maya again. Hi. Kind just gave me a Kit Kat. I'm gonna eat it. We ate a really stupid big dinner because I was in a lot of pain. I'm still actually in a lot of pain, but whatever. And I tried to go to an urgent care place to see what they can tell me about this. And they're closed because of a stupid fake holiday that only exists in Utah. For no reason, too. Alright, we got Maya open again. And you can see it's got its recovery files open up on the left. I'd love to actually do anything right now, but Maya takes forever to open up. Here we go. Let's get the crash log closed because I don't need that. Kit Kat's pretty good. I'm a fan of Crunch a lot. I really like Crunch. What else is good though? Kit Kat, Crunch, Twix, those are all really good. For like chocolates. Kind of, you got any crazy chocolates you like? Lion bars. Lion bars? What are Lion bars? Astronomical. I absolutely did overeat. Like, my tummy's gonna explode. But, you know, that just happens sometimes. You just gotta live life, man, you know? Overeat all you want. You can see over here, by the way, in Maya, what's cool is you can make your own shelf where you can store your, like, favorite, most used tools. And I have mine, and it's just called Kukanova. That's really, really useful. And so I'm going to round out this pot here now by just adding in these little edge loops, and then I'm going to select them all and expand them outward just a little bit. And it shouldn't mess with my UV map for this at all. And if you want to select a whole edge loop, you just double click one of the edges. And if you want to select more than one thing, you hold shift while you do it. And now, if I expand them out, hey, my pot's a lot rounder. A lot more spherical, as the kids are saying these days. Now my pot's going to look so much better. Spanx rebranded? I don't think I knew that. I haven't heard from Spanx in a long time. I hope he's okay. I guess he's okay if he's able to rebrand. Where did that go? Oh, it got disconnected from everything. That's right. Now that I have these leaves how I want them, at least to some degree, I guess they're not combined anymore. I gotta combine the leaves again. Combine. And then I gotta delete history. So leaves. What are all these? These are all that leaf. Okay. Just leave those for now. This pot and this set of leaves need to be combined. But let me adjust the leaves real quick. See how I like the way they look if I move them. He's now known as Free World Productions. He's doing short films. That's great. That's like perfect for him. Spanx is a creative. He's a very like funny fella. I don't know. I like him a lot. Cause he's like super duper funny. Super duper cool. He's like super witty whenever he's funny. It's great. I haven't met a lot of people that can like just come up with something that funny like that quick sometimes. It's kind of rare. Like the first time that he showed up in like a Disney video, we didn't know who he was. We didn't plan that interaction. He's like crying and I'm chasing him with a chainsaw and stuff. He's just kind of like, he just played along really well. So I don't know, whatever he's doing, keep up with him. He's cool. I'm sure his little short films are like great. Either they're really funny or just really cool. I'll look into that though. I should talk to him and like other people more often. I know Dizzy's been streaming lately, which is cool. You know, every time like Dizzy streams or something, I don't hear about it until after like it's already happened. But that's probably my fault. Like, it's not his fault. It's really hard to contact me. That's just, I'm not very good at being available. Oftentimes I'm just like super tired too. I'm doing a lot. And yeah, oh, they were playing, yeah, I know. I see the notifications on YouTube whenever they're doing stuff because I have the bell rang on Dizzy. But what I mess up is I'm always like unavailable whenever I notice that notification. And even if I were, I'd feel kind of like I'm, I don't know, just kind of jumping in where I'm not like necessarily invited. I don't feel like that's as big of a deal though. Especially not in their case. Like I'm sure they're perfectly fine if I like just joined in. Okay, so something I'm going to do, by the way, that I didn't show with this pot, is I'm going to set its pivot. So whenever you have, or this potted plant, so whenever you have an item that you want to sit in a certain way, you should set its pivot with that in mind. So I'll show you how this works here on this. I'm going to grab this pivot and I'm going to snap it right to this little center vertex by holding V and then grabbing at the middle of it and putting it there. And so why you want to do that is, so for example, if I want to put this on a table or on the ground, I'm going to hold X, which will snap it to the grid, and I can pull it and snap it from that point exactly onto the grid or onto a table or whatever else I want, and it will sit exactly there on exactly like that pixel. That's also true. It doesn't matter if it's funny to others. I just need to be funny. When I think a clip is funny enough, I save it and edit it to make it funnier. Well, yeah, editing can do that stuff. But yeah, I should like play with them more. It's just a matter of like time. I don't know. I'm doing classes and stuff all summer, along with working all summer. That combo has been something. I have to like go to a wedding. I'm not gonna say anything about that, but I have to go to a wedding that I don't necessarily want to go to soon. This is other things, but I'll try to be more available to people. I've just been like horrifically unavailable to anyone, which is why I'm not involved in much right now. And it's not a lack of wanting to, it's a lack of just like, some things are harder to plan ahead too. Like I don't think it seems like they plan when they're gonna stream or anything. So I can't like predict that and be in on that ahead of time. It feels like they just start playing a game and then they start streaming. That's what it feels like to me. These look a lot better being more round like this. Editing the clip so you can practice your editing skills is also a good thing. If you want to edit. Anarchy of Atoms return to the game. It would be Kukanova, even if I like return. Like it's gonna change that too. I don't know what they'll call me though. They'll probably just call me Connor. Dizzy's been calling me Connor for a while now, so it wouldn't be abnormal at all for him. So this is where things are going to get a little weird in like making these round, because I can't grab all the edges made in my edge loops. Because the cactus is weird. I kind of built it so that it like, I don't know, works all the way up. Let's, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to select a specific part of the edge, and I'm going to double click on where I want it to end, and it will drag all the way to the point where I want it to end. Double click while holding shift, by the way. You can see it takes a little bit of maneuvering around. Kine last night described working in Maya like working on a car, which I thought was pretty funny. Because, you know, you're like laying on your back and you're underneath it. And like you have to like wheel around in weird ways. It's kind of how Maya can be. You just gotta like find ways to like look at what you want to look at. It can be kind of wild, weird. So what I've done now is I've successfully made my pots rounder. See, they look so much better. I didn't want to affect the cactus. Actually, I do want to affect the cactus in a different way. I think this will actually look really good. I hadn't even considered I could do this. So I'm going to select only these edges. And you'll see what I do. If this works out the way I want it to, it'll look really nice. Oh. Yeah, I'm going to bring these in. That's going to look really good on this. Oh, I like that. That's going to look really good. Dizzy described what as a national treasure? I have short hair now. Whenever I did a lot of the this is the cactus, by the way. So whenever I did a lot of the when I did a lot of the like old videos, I actually had like long hair. It was swooped. It looked exactly like my like avatar looked. My like character that I drew for myself that was on Twitter and everything used to look just like that. Same with like the hoodie I wore and everything. It was like same color hoodie and all that. Now I'm very fashionable. I have short hair now. And I spike it in a very particular way. I don't really spike it. I more like kind of swoop it a little bit. And I wear a lot of button-up shirts more than anything, but like with fun patterns. Imagine, you know, it might be weird to say, but imagine maybe a little bit like Ace Ventura core, you know, Miami, whatever you want to say. I have like shirts with flamingos on them and stuff, palm trees. So that's probably more. I do have a leather jacket, but I also have like other jackets too, like nice suit jackets and stuff. Just depends on what I need to wear to look good. These are gonna look great like this. This is, you can already see like how nice that looks with that touch up of the model. My videos, the old ones. He describes those as a national treasure. One he describes as a national treasure is one that's gone forever. It's called Swift's. And it just highlights how like obnoxious Swift could be sometimes. If you remember Swift at all. He has a way, that guy. That's all I'll really say about that. He's just got a way about him. Soften that edge. That looks a lot better. Soften this edge too. If you have a hard edge and you don't want a hard edge, you can hit a button called Soften Edges, and it helps so much with so many things. Stuff can look really ugly sometimes if you're not like giving the right attention to it. I'm about to bevel this edge so that it looks better. And since I've been given unlimited geometry, it'll just be like smart of me. So I'm going to bevel this edge here like that, and then I'm going to soften it all the way around. That's just going to look nice. Might even take this vertex and push it up. What's up with my like tool over here? Let's reset it. There we go. Ooh, something else wrong. Let's fix that. That looks gross. Bevel this too. Just a tiny, tiny bit. And we're going to soften those edges as well. Soften. That looks a lot better. Here's a trick if you want something to be perfectly flat. I made this not perfectly flat and I decided I didn't like it. So you can select it, hit the scale tool, and drag the scale kind of perpendicular to the direction that the like planes or edges go, and drag it just in one direction and it will flatten it. That's just a good little idea if you want something to look nice. My voice is wavery because I ate too much. If you hear like any kind of like waving in my voice, that and the pain, but pain's whatever, that's just gonna happen for a while. Swift is still active. That's great. Tried getting him banned from the Minecraft server? How'd you try doing that? I love that you have a button-up shirt with avocados on it. My favorite shirt I got, Kind gave me for my birthday. And it's got like flowers on it, and they're really like, it's like white and red and green. Like the colors of the shirt. And it's just such a good combo of those colors. Like, it just looks really, really pleasant. I'm happy with it. Since I've been given unlimited geo, I'm just gonna go wild with this. Okay. Soften. There we go. I don't know if anyone's seen my coffee cups I made. They're really cool. I made like a whole set of coffee cups. This is just like a random coffee cup unrelated to the set. But the set's really cool. This is also what my geode looks like modeled out. I don't know if you saw my geode earlier. I'll show that off because that's cool. It's got a really neat texture. Check that out. Does that not look like a geode? I think it's really neat. And then the rock side of it looks really good too. It's actually so good I made a smart material out of it so I could use it on like any rocks I need to. I don't think I'll show you how to make a smart material, but that's not very hard. But if I find something today that I want to make a smart material out of, I'll show you how to do it. I just don't think I'll need to. Maybe I should smoothen the rock too. Let's see if I even can. I probably could pretty easily. Screw it, let's do it. It's funny to me that Dizzy described my old videos as a national treasure. I wouldn't have ever expected that. What's funny about my old videos? Well, what's really funny about them is just the way I found Dizzy by advertising them to him. Let's do that. This is just gonna look a lot better. It's like the one time I tried doing like self-advertising weird scheminess and I ended up just kind of making a friend instead. And then I ended up getting that friend to surpass me in sub count. Though I'm not going to take credit for that. That was his work. His work and also like getting involved with Boom, of course, like really helped him with that. Is Boom still active? He probably is, right? Can't imagine he wouldn't be. Be kind of like silly. I don't know. If I were Boom, I'd still be active. I wouldn't stop. Sharpen that edge. There we go. That looks good. If you want to see how we wanted to get Swift banned, you can check out my latest tweet on Twitter. I can't right now, but I might later. That's rounder, and I like that. Just bring these edges in a little bit. Be warned, by the way, in Maya, if you ever delete your history, you can no longer use object-based symmetry. Let's see what the UV map for this looks like. The UV maps are what like makes this crash on this particular file. It doesn't do it on anything else, but on this file it always makes stuff crash if I'm not careful. That looks good still. I'm not going to touch that because I don't want the I don't want it to like break. Think I'm good with my model changes to the big plant and the cactus. Oh, but planes. I gotta get planes on there. So I'm gonna add planes on, and that is going to make me have to put something in the map, but that's something I can put in the map. It's gonna be so small I don't have to move anything else. So it's okay. Remember, keep your outliner clean. I'm gonna name this spines just because it's gonna be easy. I'm going to go to the attribute editor, go to polyplane. I'm going to turn these down to 1 because I only need one plane. I'm going to bring this up. Kyan, I have a question, by the way, because you were talking about doing this. How did you want me to do the spines on the cactus? Well, because I had like multiple ideas for it, but I wasn't sure what would be best.
You would just do like little like cubes like this almost, like kind of sprouting out, and then just have them stuck to the cactus.
So, kind of like I did the flower?
Yeah.
Okay. I was just curious if that would be the best way.
Probably fine.
That sounds like the best way. I'm glad Boom is active still. I never really watched much of Boom stuff. I was in a like couple Boom streams without Dizzy. But like I think without Dizzy at least. The thing is I like barely knew Boom ever. I might have been in one Boom stream without Dizzy cuz I think Boom's like pals wanted to see me. Like Boom's base. You know what I mean? Alright, so now I'm going to bring this down, make it about like that big. And then I'm going to take this vertex here and I'm going to push it in. I'll actually take the edges on the outside and pull them out. So these will be like those kind of like somewhat star-shaped spines that you see on a cactus. And I'm going to just do these all over the cactus. It's going to look really good. So let's see real quick about this. I want to see what this looks like hardened. Not sure if that'll be a good idea or not. Might not be a good idea, but let's harden these edges and see what they look like. I can't tell if I like that or not. Kind, you want to help me with this? So the cactus now has some like edges that go inside. They like pull in. Hardened or not hardened?
Whoa, why does it look like that?
That's a weird thing for this file. It got like corrupted somehow whenever it crashed that one time.
Export everything as an FBX and import it into a new scene so it doesn't do that.
I could, but it's fine.
I would say do
No.
hardened, but also
You want to do
pucker
hardened?
it out more, like bring it the outer edge out further, because it's just kind of flat right now.
What do you mean?
Those spines are like this usually.
Oh, well, I was going to. I wasn't done with that. I was asking about...
Oh, you mean hardened or softened for the whole cactus? I thought you meant for the gray piece.
Oh, no. I was talking about, like, this. See, now that's hardened.
Soften it or just bevel it.
I think softening it would be best. Alright, we're going to keep it softened. And let's just reopen the file again so that this stops being weird. There we go. So we're going to bring this out like that. We'll do the same thing we did on the flower where we're going to duplicate the face itself so that it works. Other person? What other person? There's a few other people here. Oh, that was Kine. The one talking to me. I didn't know that's what you were talking about at first. Let's set this to shelf props. Okay, so now we're going to UV map this little piece. So I'm going to open up the two sides here, and I'm going to set this panel to UV editor. And then we're just going to select that, and we're going to hit unfold, and that's about all we have to do since it's such a simple shape. And then we just got to make sure that it fits well with the rest of the props that are in the map. So we're going to select all the props in the map. I'm going to select this piece here, pull it off to the side because I need it off to the side real quick. I'm going to go to my UV toolkit, hit transform, and I'm going to get the texel density here for this piece. I'm going to set it on this piece. And now it makes it really small, but that's what it should be, so that the resolution is the same. And then I'm going to drag it all the way up here and set it next to the flower. This shape represents the flower on top of the cactus, by the way. So now that I have that, it should be good. It's all nice and UV mapped. So all I have to do now is duplicate this and place it where I need to place it. Then combine it back with the cactus when I'm done. So let's do it. Duplicate. I'm going to drag it to another vertex of the cactus, like up here. Scroll it up. Actually, hang on. I'm going to delete that real quick. I want to do this first so that I don't have to do it later. I'm going to duplicate the spine, and I'm going to mesh display reverse normals. And then I like to do this so I can see it better. Just move it the tiniest amount away so that it's not like clipping in on itself. And now we're good. Now I'm going to combine those two together. Combine. And now they together are just the spines. And I'm going to delete all by type history. Save. Can name them just spines. And now I can start putting them wherever I want. Drag the pivot back onto that single point, and there we go. Now let's start putting these on the cactus wherever I want. I'm gonna duplicate, hold V, drag that, and put it right there. Move it up. Duplicate again, hold V, drag that there, rotate down. This is gonna be great. This is gonna look good. People are setting off fireworks because of that fake Utah holiday. I'm gonna call it a fake holiday because it's causing me pain.
It's like it's a weird holiday where everything else can be open but hospitals.
Yeah, it's the one day I need to go to like an urgent care facility. Is the one day that they have the holiday that makes it so that everything can be open except for an urgent care facility. Because they're like, on this day, however many years ago, in like the 1800s or whatever, I don't know, pioneers.
It was the first Mormon pioneers.
The first Mormon pioneers arrived in Utah and did something.
Still do.
They probably killed Native Americans. That's probably it. That's probably all the holiday stands for. The holiday is called Pioneer Day. I've never heard of it anywhere other than Utah, and I think I looked it up before, and it is just a Utah holiday. So enjoy your fake holidays. Mean nothing to me. Yeah, Pioneer Day. What does Pioneer Day even mean? No, I'm just saying it again because I like to say that. Pioneer Day is an official holiday celebrated on July 24th in the American state of Utah, with some celebrations taking place in the regions surrounding states originally settled by Mormon pioneers. Yep, that's about it. There's no reason to celebrate that. It means nothing. It just like this. I don't see the point. I don't want to be in pain anymore, but I'm just going to have to put up with that. At least until tomorrow morning. See if there's any kind of fix for that, because I don't want to go to the hospital for this. I don't think it's that bad. I've been putting up with it for a while anyway. It just kind of happens sometimes. It shouldn't happen, though. And that's kind of what I came to today. I'm like, well, you know what? It hurts. Which is a sign of bad usually if something hurts. And then on top of that, it doesn't just hurt, it's like it recurs, it comes back. it seems like it's done, and then it's back again for more. I wish my my head was. You're right. I could totally just take an FBX and move it, but I don't know. I have a Maya file. Might as well use the Maya file. Wow. Might as. I can make it a Maya file, but I don't want to export it and do that right now. But next time I want to work on it, I'll use my FBX export. And I'll just bring it into a new scene, and then from there. I just don't want to manage files right now. You know what I mean? I don't know why I didn't think of that earlier, though. I really just didn't think of, using an FBX. Trying again. Not trying again, just putting it in there. I say things weird. I have a weird way of speaking. How did we do on Sonic Adventure with voice commands? That really sucked, didn't it? Yeah. I think I definitely ended up beating City Escape. That took forever. Because it was really hard to run at the very end. To run away from the gun truck. I realized later that was probably a really annoying stream to listen to. You got very whiny. I guess I got whiny. I'm gonna not get whiny next time I do something. Call me whiny. You're being whiny. Whatever, I can be whiny. I'm gonna stop getting whiny. Okay? I only get whiny during Overwatch because it feels unfair. I'm so sick of Genji and Doomfist and Junkrat, but Junkrat's okay. I can deal with Junkrat. But Genji and Doomfist and who else? Is there someone else in that list of terrible? Say no, or I don't know. I said no. Just them. They're terrible. I hate them. Delete Doomfist. Make him a PNG. Make him a crusty JPEG. You can leave him in the game, but he has to be this really crusty, ugly JPEG. Doomfist isn't as bad as Genji. Doomfist is. Genji should just be a 28 by 28. Genji's really annoying. Because he just flies around like a bug, like a fly. He can insta-kill you now. And yeah, he can just insta-kill you. He can just activate his ult, fly around where you can't see him, and just kill 5 people at once. It's really, really frustrating. It's been really bad lately. Just in particular. I don't know what happened, what change, if any, was even made. I just know I didn't used to have this much trouble with him, and then now I do. We almost got the spines placed. Once we got the spines placed, I can just apply it to the cactus and then problem solve forever. Just see the Halo reveal thing? Halo Infinite reveal. Why is everything infinite and infinity? Is it because of Captain Mr. Marvel Thanos himself? Is it his fault that everything's infinite or infinity? I find it to be a very cursed kind of name to have right now. But everyone else seems to use it just fine. Can't Genji, or however you spell it, deflect bullets? Yeah, he can, and that's actually okay. That's one of his cool abilities that he has it all the time. He has all his abilities all the time because if he kills you, Doesn't really matter how, he gets them all back. That's really frustrating because he can do abilities are like the thing that kind of makes the game like crazy, makes a lot kind of happen. And I don't know if someone has abilities like every second, it kind of overpowers them. I don't know. I wish he had to like wait a minute to use his abilities like everyone else. Like everyone's abilities aren't like they keep expanding other people's abilities too. Like they're like, "Oh, we changed this ability from a 6-second cooldown to a 10-second cooldown." You're like, "Dude, 10 seconds is a really long time in that game." In a lot of games, if you ever play a fighting game, 10 seconds could be a whole round if it's done right. But yeah, Genji's just kind of ridiculous lately. But deflecting bullets, I really don't hate that about him. I don't hate any of his abilities. I hate his...
Oh, Genji did get buffed in June.
He got buffed in June?
Yeah.
Well, that explains what's been going on. That's exactly when I started hating fighting him. What did they buff?
Let me see. This happened on June 2nd, and he made, like, they were tested for a while, and they made their way to live servers.
This is great because this is confirmation for what I've been feeling.
It increased his primary fire's damage from 28 to 30.
Oh my gosh. That's
He
part of
fires
it.
3 of them at once, so he does 90 damage with, like, one little...
I was going to say, he's always fired 3 at
He's
once.
always doing a secondary fire, too.
And yeah, everyone's always doing that secondary fire, and it's right on you. It hits you with like 90 damage immediately. Oh my god. And that's why people fly in your face like a bug.
Fly in your face and strike you, and he gets all his abilities back.
Yep. And that's why people fly in your face like a bug.
You know why they're doing the secondary fire?
Why are they doing the secondary fire?
The spread has been greatly reduced.
Reduce?
It's so like accurate now.
The point of the secondary fire is to be like a big spread so you can hit something.
Like Roadhog.
Like Roadhog almost.
But no, now you just like put 3 in Tracer's head.
That's
one
why.
button click.
Oh, this is great because I was wondering why I didn't used to hate Genji, but why I hate him now. Okay, so good news. I'm not crazy.
There's more.
What's more?
Deflect can now be canceled manually.
I noticed his deflect can be canceled manually. Everyone else has abilities, except for Doomfist can do this too now. But everyone's abilities, if you mess up, that's punishable. But now you can't punish Genji for messing up.
But also, this article said, now there's a unique level of counterplay with deflect. No, there's always been counterplay. Deflect is evil.
Deflect is literally counterplay. But yeah, okay, so now Genji's not punishable.
Deflect lasts a half a second longer now, too.
Oh, so he can make it last as long as he wants. I've not played Valorant, by the way. It outlasts Pharah's ult.
And it doesn't outlast Roadhog's, but it
Roadhog's ult lasts a really long time, so that makes sense. Okay, so here's the thing. This is kind of like important to fighting games, which Overwatch can play like a fighting game sometimes. When someone messes up in a fighting game, they are now open to be punished. If they're not ever going to be open to be punished for messing up, then they have no reason not to just spam you with anything all the time. And that's not fun. That's not smart playing. That's just annoying to anyone facing them. So Genji can't be punished because he can cancel like any of his abilities. And he also gets all his abilities recharged anytime he does something. And then his secondary fire has been made like way strong.
Also, this is their description for it. We're looking to strengthen Genji's close-range combat effectiveness to help solidify his viability as a mobile burst damage hero. But it's like, I feel like the fact you can't even fucking see him half the time is like his viability.
If he's, he should not be allowed to be that close unless he's doing the dash into you. Because whenever he's like, he blocks your whole screen. He gets right in your face and you can't see anything else. Or he's like hopping in your face so you can't even shoot him because he's too close.
You're like getting killed before you're like already dead.
And he does so much damage so quick. There's no... The secondary fire was never meant to be used up close. I guess it was made more to be used up close than the other one. But it's stupid. He's not supposed to be a. I feel like he's supposed to be a mid-range character.
Yeah, mid-range and then flanking.
Yeah, definitely a flanking. In fact, I would say that's actually more what he's supposed to be, but not like an up-in-your-face close-range thing. They turned him into Tracer, but more powerful than Tracer. They should not do that. That ruins Tracer. I don't like playing Genji. And you know why they're doing this? They want to see more Genji in competitive. Every change Overwatch ever makes is just to change who gets to show up in competitive play. That's the only reason they make changes. It's my long-standing theory, at least. This song's great. I love this song. This is from Undertale, I think. So now I know why I've been so frustrated playing Overwatch for the last month. And I'm glad that we've had this cleared up, because I was feeling really like I just got bad out of nowhere against specifically Genji and Doomfist. Doomfist, I just don't like that okay, this goes back to what I was saying. So people should be punishable when they make a mistake. Doomfist, when he starts charging his punch, he used to be stuck in that until he let it go, and then he would punch and it would launch him forward, and it would launch him into enemy territory. But that's what he gets for activating it and not knowing what to do with it. But now he can cancel that whenever he wants. I'm really sick of characters being able to cancel their punishable things whenever they want. It makes it you can't do anything about it. There's no reason for them not to spam it. He can he's supposed to have to charge. You can't hear the song. He's supposed to have to charge his abilities to use them. Let me roll back the song because it's a good song. It's called It's Raining Somewhere Else from Undertale. I'll turn it up a little bit. It's a quiet one at the beginning, but it has bass. If it's too loud, tell me. If it's too quiet, tell me. So, am I not... You're able to see my windows. There we go. So, I don't know. Oh yeah, so he's supposed to have to charge his punch to do anything for real, any real damage, but now he can just tap it, and it does enough to kill squishy characters like Tracer and stuff. Which means now there's no telling whenever he's gonna do it, because he has that punch almost all the time. Which that's okay, because that's his whole thing, is that punch and combos and stuff. Just what's not okay is that he has no reason not to spam it on you literally every second of the game. And he's another character that because of his abilities and the nature of the way they are, he's everywhere all at once. So you can't focus on the rest of the game while he exists. And then because of his abilities, he can also get back really fast. So once you kill him, hey, good news, he's going to be back before you know it. I just don't like that. I don't like that there's multiple characters that are that level of obnoxious right now. Hiya, Kyan. Guys, Kyan's really cool. Bet you didn't know that. But it's very true. It's insanely true. Super crazy. You've been streaming yourself? Watching streams for 2 hours. You've been streaming yourself watching streams? That's weird. It's kind of a madman kind of move.
Takes away views from the original streamer.
Maybe. But it's kind of like a madman sort of move. Yeah, it would take away views from like the original streamer though, which is weird. But it's a weird thing to do. I don't know what to think about it. So I'll just think about something else. Like how frustrated I am at Genji. Really frustrated about that. He did not need a nerf. He was already good. He's always been good. Oh, he did not need a buff. He was already good. Yeah. Genji's never been bad. There's never been a point in Overwatch that Genji was not a good character or not viable.
Tracer's like dog shit compared to him now.
I know. Tracer's been ruined by this
I'll load a
change.
whole clip into Anna and she won't die.
I'm pretty good with Tracer lately, though. I was never good at Tracer on like console, but since playing PC, I've been really good with Tracer.
It's just her gun don't do enough damage or she's gonna like have to get in that close.
You're gonna show me how you're doing it. Astronomical saying I'm gonna show you how I'm streaming like multiple whatever streaming watching streams. And hello, by the way, to the 4 concurrent viewers. You guys have been great. I got 2 likes on this stream. That's pretty epic. If anyone wants to know anything about how to do some like cool 3D tricks, I'm down to like, I don't know, share what I know. You know? Right? I say right like that to make fun of one of my professors. He has no idea that I do that. He won't know. Oh, this song is from Hyperlight Drifter, I think? Yeah, it is. I haven't actually played the game, but I've heard some of the soundtrack. It's really cool. Super crazy. Hmm. Hyperlight Drifter seems like a really fun game to play. It's funny that I actually know the song, just given that I haven't actually ever played any of the game. And I actually don't know what it's about, really. I just kind of seen like a tiny, itsy teeny bit of gameplay from it. And I was like, that's cool. And I stopped looking at it because I was like, I'm going to play that someday. Next time it's on sale, I should just grab it and don't even think about it. Should be one of those. Because it deserves it. From everything I've ever seen and heard from it. Most people I'll probably show with my streams are below in panels. When they're clicked, they lead to their channel. Oh, that's cool. Well, I like that. So, you like it leads to their channel. Like you're almost like it's almost like hosting a stream, in a way. But you're hosting like many. That's kind of cool. I like that. You're like a hub to like share where like streams are. Yeah, no, there's nothing wrong with that. I don't think, at least. Because it's not like you could effectively like watch multiple anyway at that point. If you're like sharing them on your like right there, you can't effectively watch multiple streams and like get anything out of one in particular from your channel. You're just kind of hubbing them. Yeah, that's neat. I think that's interesting. It's a nice thing to do too if you like a particular stream or something, or if you like these particular streams, like whoever's streaming. Fake holiday fireworks going off on a fake holiday. That's not how a plant would move. Let me rearrange this. So you host people on like Dizzy's friend group. That's cool. That's actually pretty cool too, because then if you like, if there are, if people know that like Dizzy's like group and like what we have done and want to see more of what we've done, but they don't know like where our channels are, then they know where to look to find out. For example, like just find your channel. Just be like, look, here's where like, for example, Kukanova's doing stuff right now. So I think that's enough of these vines to like sell the look here. More fake holiday fireworks going off. Pop, pop, pop. They celebrate it like it's the 4th of July, but they just have to have their own 4th of July because they're Utah. That's all it is. They think they're so special. No one likes it here in Utah, you know that? It's a little secret. Everyone here's sad. I'm not sad. I'm not sad except for whenever I get denied like health care because there's a special fake holiday going on. I'm complaining. I'm a complainer right now. You hear that? Probably shouldn't keep complaining though, so I'll stop. But it's getting dark, so it's getting loud. At least the fireworks probably look pretty. Could take a second at one point, take a break, get a glass of water, look outside and see what's going on. Hi, Kyan, you're pretty. Leaves from the vine falling so slow, like heaps deep a dying. Oh, bing bing bolo. Iroh's great. Better than Zhao, I'll tell you that. Song's weird. I could absolutely make this like way more efficient, like in terms of geometry. I have a way in my mind I could do this, and that's with a plane laid over it like a blanket. So like a plane like a blanket. But I don't really want to right now. I'm just gonna keep with this. You cried. That was sad. That was a sad episode. In honor of Mako. I think he goes by Mako. In honor of Mako. Mako's the shark and also the dog. Kind's got a dog. back in Texas. He's a cute lad. His name is Mako. I'm gonna get some water. But yeah, dang. Never in your life have you cried from an animation. There's some good moments in some animated things. I don't know. I could think of a few maybe. But I don't know. I can't think of one right now. Leaves from the vine. Oh. Behind you somewhere. Could have gone like into the couch. Okay. I threw a kick at it, kind. Absolutely gotta stay hydrated, especially if you're talking a lot. Otherwise your mouth gets foamy. There was something I was gonna say. It was on my mind up until I threw a Kit Kat, and then I completely forgot it. So I'm just gonna eat this Kit Kat. Oh. I remember, but I'm gonna eat the Kit Kat first. Alright. I think I like the way this plant looks now. This is way more like what I wanted from it. Okay. And let's save and then combine these. Combine. Now let's delete all by type history. And then we'll name this leafy plant. I don't remember what I named it before, but that'll be fine. We'll name this cactus. This doesn't need to exist anymore, I guess. Yeah, it doesn't. This is like random transform data. Keep your outliner clean and keep everything named whenever you're working on models. I'll name it Swooshy Plant for you. Swooshy Plant. Now I'm going to move the pivot down to this vertex. Same with the cactus. Okay, it's on the cactus. It's on right for this. So I think I'm done with my model changes I wanted to make. But since I already have this open, I might as well check a couple more things. These all look good. These are what I want. Name it Charlie. I can't name it Charlie. That won't be very clear if someone else were to pick this up. Here's my fan. The fan's probably fine. Everything else should absolutely be fine. Leaves from the vine. Everything else is fine, so let's save. And then now I have to select all these. Export selection. And my project's all messed up, so now I have to go to the right project folder. Cafe props. This is for texturing. Yes. And then now let's select these. These actually didn't change. Let's select these. Export selection, and these should be shelf props, FBX. Now I can close Maya. I don't need it anymore for now. Any more, anything anyone wants to know about Maya, things you can do in it before I close it? I'm just gonna close it anyway. Close. If I open it up later, I'll tell you stuff. Texturing. I have to keep this one like capturing my display, because if I don't, then little windows that pop up that are necessary don't show up, and I want everyone to be able to see how I do everything. Fortunately, I just realized I have to open up Windows Explorer to get these. Wow, I burped. Did you hear that? That was insane. In this server, I decided to just submit daily Minesweeper games. What do you even mean by that? I need cafe props FBX. Just gonna drag that back in here. Preserve strokes. Okay. Will this come out right, or will this be broken? This should come out just fine. But it's kind of a drum roll moment. Let's see. Everything's turned off. That's not right yet. But it might be loading. Let's give it some time and see if it doesn't. If it doesn't work, that's weird. It should be fine. I think it's still loading. Let's just give it a minute. It's gotta like apply all the textures. And Dizzy's server just Minesweeper games mods don't seem to mind, and Dizzy doesn't seem to care either. What do you mean by Minesweeper games? Bunch of fireworks going off. Tell you what, these textures better stay. I didn't make all these changes just to not be able to like benefit from it. Ooh, I didn't back up the FPS. Sweet, the textures are still here. If I have to redo like the plants, that's okay. I shouldn't have to though. If the textures all kick in. The geode would be a useless one to have changed. I've played Minesweeper. I don't know how you... What do you mean in the server? I don't know what you mean. Minecraft server? Discord server? Either way, I don't get how you're like submitting Minesweeper games. Oh, you're just putting them in the general chat. But how? How are you like... What do you mean? Okay, so this is just a masking error, so I can fix that, I'm sure. That's weird, though. I didn't, like, unfold anything. Same problem happening here. It's okay if this is acting weird, because I can fix this. Maybe it had something to do with the way I said, like, preserve strokes on mesh. Fireworks going crazy. Sorry if you start hearing, like, bangs. I promise it's not, like, a wartime thing. Alright. It really is just a masking error, so I can fix this in, like, a quick, like, couple button presses, I'm sure. Let's start with the geode. Where's the geode? We're on the wrong texture set. Shelf props. It might not even... It's probably a masking error. Let's go to the geode. Boom. Bang. Black. Oh, you're using spoilers to do Minesweeper. That's silly but cool. I like that. I'm fine with that. Oh, I can see some of the fireworks. Hey, Kine, you want to take a second to like look at the fireworks? We're gonna look at fireworks real quick. Oh, you can. Wow, it's like right there.
Tree.
You'll see more. They're like right visible.
A bug fell on.
Okay, so I found out why those are so loud. Someone like right here was shooting them off.
We walked out and a baby went.
I was complaining about the fireworks because they're loud, but at the same time, I can look at them so that I don't have to complain about them. But fine, next time I'll just keep complaining about them. Whatever, that's your choice now, not mine. You're all like, well, why don't you just complain about it? Can't enjoy it if you're gonna complain about it. Hopefully the mask works out here, and there's no reason that this shouldn't have worked. Because I didn't move the maps at all. But maybe because I said preserve strokes on mesh. That probably messed it up. Which that's just a foolish move on my part. Probably go back to an autosave of this. It's moving so slow. Can't see if it's even worked yet. I don't think it worked. Let's see. I want to see what the most recent save of this file is.
Uh-oh, did you mess something up?
I just want to see. Autosave from 9:19 p.m. That's perfect. So let's open up the autosave. Discard. Well, the autosave might be after I put in the new stuff, though. But there's one from like 8 something. Which will also be just fine. Probably here. Here. No. Here. Here. Yes. The 847 one's probably actually better. Okay. So this should have the old FBX in it. And I should bring in the new one without saying preserve strokes. And by doing that, then it should just keep it as is. And I won't have to remask everything. There's no reason it should have been weird. This takes so long. Alright, let's just go ahead and drag that in. And auto unwrap. Well, we don't need that. Maybe that's what happened too. Well, we always have another chance if this doesn't work. Just discard changes and open it again. Now I just gotta play the 5-hour waiting game. Substance is slow. And very, like, expensive on your computer, too. Just, like, crushes you, if you're me. Right now, I gotta wait for the texture sets to load. 5,000 year process. Just wait. The good old classic waiting game. It's a game of waiting, Guardian. Hello, Guardian. Do you like to wait? Well then, do I have the game for you? I call it the waiting game. We here at the Vanguard just sit around and do nothing all day long, and we tell you to do all our work. But now you too can just wait. Wait, Guardian. Guardian, you smell like shit. So not preserving strokes messed up more. It was like an auto unwrap thing that might have been an issue too. You alright, buddy? You found something important? Guardian, you smell like ass. Alright, let's try again with this. Let's try again, my boy. What is this? Is this a Chiba? Eating a watermelon? Why is he doing that? Turn it up. Kind's laughing because Kind just saw a Shiba eat a watermelon. You know, gotta say, I'm down with that. Guardian, you're absolutely ridiculous. I don't like you, Guardian. You freak me out. You're all dead and such. Meanwhile, Zavala's also dead.
Isn't like everyone there?
Everyone's dead. It's freaky.
They're just like, you can't die if the moon lets you ignore it.
It's not the moon. It just kind of looks like it could be. This should work.
I like what you did to the planet.
I know. I just wish I didn't have to, like... I don't know. Everything's acting weird. But maybe it'll work this time.
I can ask Ant, this figurine always worries me because I'm worried it's going to fall into any drinks I have like down here.
Guardian. The hand doesn't fall off.
It does.
Well, it can come off, but I've never seen it fall off.
It's the thing that falls off all the time.
No, the face falls off all the time.
I'm worried his like face is going to fall off in my drink.
Guys, I made some really awesome lemonade. Let me tell you how to make a good lemonade, alright? You're gonna need like 7 lemons. Okay? Now cut all your lemons in half and juice them right good. Okay, alright. Now you're gonna want to dilute that lemon juice with some water, but first. Pour that lemon juice into a pitcher, but pour it through a strainer so you don't get the pulp. Alright? That's important. You don't want seeds, you don't want pulp, so straining it will keep that from happening. Amazing tropical storm warning in effect here. There's like a tropical depression in like Texas right now. Kind of running amok.
Why is it so sad?
Stop. Kind's being silly. I don't know where you are, but I know that they're worried about it in Texas. Alright, so I'm going to have to work with this geode a little bit. That's what I get for changing the geode at all. I shouldn't have changed it. Yeah, I just shouldn't have touched it, but that's fine. It's like the geode and the cactus are the only things that had any problems, so that's a win.
Hopefully you don't have to repaint the geode.
No, I shouldn't hopefully have to. If I do, I can get rid of the extra geometry I put on it. It should be back to normal.
It's weird that adding geometry even like leaked it out.
You're from the state of Yeehaw. Nice. Me too. I just currently don't live there. Might not live there again either. Wow. Boom boom. This is outside. But I do claim Texas. I'll be like, yeah, I'm from Texas. What of it, bug? Call someone a bug. Oh, I know why this is moving so slow. I need to turn off the like things that I'm not using. There we go. Oh, that works so much better. Okay. Now let's try to fix the errors I have here. I really specifically tried to make this not happen. So I'm really shocked that this happened. So I went like out of my way to prevent this. Let's see. Were you telling me I could like... How were you saying I could see the mask? On
Oh, you click Alt and click on the picture.
like that?
Yeah, you have to hold down Alt and click on it.
Okay. So like hold down
It'll
Alt
do
and
it
click.
in a second. It's loading.
Yeah, let's just give it a minute, I guess. Guardian, you ugly. You smell like doo-doo. You poo-poo baby. You have a poopy diaper, Guardian. Daddy's gonna need to change it.
Don't say that.
Commander Zavala, stop. Stop. Stop, you freak. Is it the Dizzy video where I was like, yeah, I got the weed fields, haha. That's a silly one. People always think I do a drug, but I've never done a drug. Program not responding. You see that up there? Right up here? It says it's not responding. Okay. So this is actually pretty good. This is showing me what's not working, part of what's not working. So we're just going to fix that real quick. Should be as easy as going blat, blat, blit, 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 blat, blat, blit, blit, blat, 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 bloop. And now it's going to just take like 30 minutes again to operate here, so that's good.
Forgot about my midpoint locator tool. It just made something a lot easier for me.
Oh, I forgot about that too. That's nice. That's a good tool. It's a simple tool. Do you have it in your shelf?
No, I have to run it like in the script editor.
Oh, I thought you could put that stuff in the shelf though. Or maybe it's just with Python.
It's too many different things I have to type. I think I could make it a function, but it'd be weird.
This really shouldn't be moving this slow. If it's not gonna like apply all my changes I just did, only one of them. Okay. It did like part of them. There we go. Now this is working at like a reasonable pace. Let's see. Maybe that fixed it. Part way. Part fix. Let's do this. That's good, at least. You. Don't be one of these that's broken. Not that, at least. Shouldn't be this. It's not this. Not that. So then it's not... Okay, it's not that either. I'm looking at my mask, which is how I make everything actually work. This is part of it. This is what part of why it's not working. Boom, 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 boom. White is what we want right now for like the... White means that like the color can show through. Black means that nothing's going to show through. So this layer, whatever's white, it'll show. Marsman 55 jazz song really go on for 10 minutes. It really could have. The fact that my sentences were broken kind of made it seem like you were rather drunk or high. Yeah, I was just extremely tired.
Is somebody gonna mention this every time you stream?
I kind of brought it up this time. But yeah. Marsman, 55. That was a weird time. I was super duper tired. But like the best things that we ever did came from like late night playing around stuff. It was a lot of fun to be had. Oh no, that's gonna be just terrible. Oh my gosh, stop. Here we go. The geode is probably gonna be doing fine now. At least most of the way fine. Let's see. Go back to M. Hey, it's almost fixed. We just gotta fix the stone on the outside. Why did this get duplicated? That's bizarre. Delete that and everything inside it. That's probably part of what's slowing things down. It's running like more mask than it needs to. The outer rock is not correct. And then I think the base color part of it's also broken. So we'll just... I think that's it. After Dark is amazing. Or what was it? Something like that? I don't know what you're talking about. Hey, Kine, look, the geode's fixed.
Nice.
And now it doesn't have as hard of edges as it did before. Like, it's not clearly a thing made in a program, you know? Mazman 55. Okay, and the pot should be super easy to fix. I'm glad that this is just a masking error like I thought. I don't have to repaint anything. Because I wasn't about to... I was going to have to repaint if I needed to, but I didn't want to. I was going to be upset. I was going to be all cranky about it. I need to go to pots. We're going to want to fix up the cactus pot in particular. Yep, okay, you can see how this is like masked wrong. We want the pot to be entirely white. And nothing else but the pot to be white. You know how I'm going to actually do that? I'm going to... Hang on. It's been so slow every time I like open up these maps. Just slows down a lot. Really shouldn't slow down that much to do this. So anyway, I'm gonna open up this. That's weird. Okay, I'm gonna make all this black. And then I'm gonna go zoom in on this, because this I know is the cactus pot, because I remember it, because I put it there. I should have actually cleaned this up a little bit, but it's too late. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make this all white, and then I'm gonna unselect the part that's dirt, which shouldn't be connected to this, but I left it connected by accident, and I don't want to have to like unwrap this and risk causing trouble elsewhere. Hey, it's taking so long. I'm trying to get a new computer that can run these things better. Just, I don't know. Gonna host Ted? I didn't know Ted was streaming. That's cool. I haven't talked to Ted in a long time either. I like Ted. Ted's actually really, really nice. At least last I talked to him, he's really, really, really nice. I need to learn how to use this keyboard. I know that feeling. Almost like, I'd say 80% of my tweets. 80. Stop. 80% of my tweets. Don't make fun of me. 80% of my tweets, or things I say on Discord, have like horrific typos in it. 'Cause I have bad brain, I guess. Look at that. That looks a lot better. This is a lot better. Wow. Okay. Guess I gotta put the dirt back in. Where's the dirt? It's gonna take forever to load again, probably. Oh no, not today. Pop, pop, pop. Blat, blat, blat. I'm gonna go in here. I'm going to make these all white, like they should be. We're gonna find that leaf. These don't need anything on them, so we're gonna get rid of that. What also doesn't need dirt on them are any of these. And we're just gonna have to redo this. Because I do want this to have a little bit, and I like smudge it earlier to make it look good. So I'm going to have to actually repaint that, but that's fine. That's like the smallest detail I have to do again. Let's see how this mask looks.
Oh my gosh, the midpoint.
Yeah.
Awesome for like getting the stupid vertex sap to work.
That's good. Gonna unslick these because they should not have anything on them. Unslick these again, and this is gonna be just a similar situation. In fact, I'm actually gonna have to just copy this mask anyway from the other one later, so I don't know why I'm even like bothering with that right now, but it's fine. Boom. Get that off this. And if we go back to pressing F2 and pressing M, we can see everything looks great. Why is that missing? What's that missing? Let's go back to F3 so we can see this. I guess I fixed it now. That was weird. Don't know why that was like different. It's fine though. Why is this white? Oh no, that should be white. Okay, we're good. There seems to be some error here on that pot. So now let's go back to pots. We'll see the leafy plant pot. Or not the leafy plant pot. Yeah, leafy plant pot. That's good. That's not good. But that's as easy as that. Now it's fixed. This shouldn't be on anything else though, so let's make sure it's not. It is. It's weird. It like scattered some of my masking just everywhere. I need to check all those things I checked on the geode again. I'm glad Ted's still nice. He hasn't said anything like weird like wee or nothing. He's just been good. Just been a good lad. Ain't causing nobody no harm. He used to always say, I don't want to cause ain't nobody no harm none. And I was like, I don't think you will. I think you're going to be a good lad forever. So I guess he's been good. That's only got the geode. That is missing the bottom of the geode. That shouldn't be missing the bottom of the geode. That'll probably be better once that kicks in like 30 more years. We'll just check this one now. Hi. I just said hi to Kind. Hi. Whoa! Spitter. Kind, what would you do if I spat acid on you like a spitter from Left 4 Dead? I'd be like, ah! Be like, Left 4 Dead's, I'd say it's a masterpiece. What do you think?
It's really good.
Say schloop for everyone. Say schloop for the whole class. Say schlark. No, schlark. Schlark. Say schlark.
Schlurk, I said it.
You weren't saying it right.
You weren't saying it right.
You weren't. I said it right the whole time.
Making fun of my accent.
I'm not making fun of your accent. Guys, I'm an idiot. I did something stupid. I'm gonna fix it though. I'll fix it in like 1 second. Problem solved. Though, let me fix it here too. Yeah, I'm a fool. No, stop. Kind of being mean to me again.
Being mean.
Stop. Kind of being really mean to me right now. Can't believe this. I'm getting floobadood. I'm getting floorbished. You ever accidentally get floorbished, dude? Alright, we'll go back here. Everything should be nice and clean now again. Cool, we fixed all our problems. And now everything just looks better for it. So let me show you how I did these leaves, because I think I'm going to redo them just to make sure that they come out clean, crisp, the way I want. Ooh, I do have to put more dirt in these pots, apparently. Okay, let's put some dirt in the pots first. Plants and dirt. I'm going to go back here because it's easier for me to do it here. Strange. Okay. Let's do dirt color first. It's gonna be easier for me to see. I'm gonna put that there. It took so long. It should not have taken. I don't know what song this is. I'm glad. Alright, now let's go F3, which will bring us to the map. We can see right here. We want to put this there too. And right here. These are both what we just filled up. Apparently. Now they both look like dirt. Now let's go back here and hey, look at that. We've actually filled them both with dirt again. Now they're clean. This one has like a white square on it. I don't know where that came from. I don't know where that would come from.
Oh, I did make it a button.
What'd you do?
I just dragged the line of script in there, so now it's like a Python icon, but it does it all.
That's nice. I think I know what this is. It's probably this. Yep, I was right.
What's great about this is it negates like needing to make like an edge loop to snap stuff.
That's good. Well, that's actually really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you can actually hear Kind, but Kind's just kind of talking about stuff going on Kind's computer, so nothing you can really interact with. Boom, boom, boom. They really popping off them forks. Popping off those forks out there. Damn, boss going crazy with the fork. Oh, I was telling you guys how to make lemonade. I totally got distracted. So, Once you put that lemon juice that you squeezed out all nice through, you're gonna want to put it in a pitcher, and you're gonna want to put it through a strainer so that you end up with no pulp in it. Because who wants pulp, right? Pulp's gross and it's really easy to get out. So why don't you? I don't want to chew my lemonade, okay? Gosh. So you put it through a strainer so you don't have pulp. And then you're going to want to sweeten that bad boy, right? But you want to know how you sweeten it? All right, let's first things first. You need to dilute some of the like lemon that you have. And that's easy. That's like super easy, okay? To dilute it, you just put water in it. Duh. But don't put all the water in it. You're going to want to boil some of that water and put sugar in it. And this is how you're going to sweeten the lemonade. And you're not going to have like a bunch of sugar at the bottom of it. And it's going to be great because it's going to taste so good because it's going to be strong. You're going to make a little like sugar syrup by having some water and some sugar. Boil them together, and you're going to make basically sticky water. And you're going to put this water, you're going to let it cool for a little bit, and then you're going to pour it into the lemonade, the rest of your lemonade. That's going to add the sweetness that you need to make it not, just sour water. It's going to be so good. You're going to stir it. The whole lemonade's going to be rich. It's not going to be just sweet at the bottom or anything. There's not going to be like a pile of sugar at the bottom of the pitcher. It's just going to be perfect. You're going to say like, man, this is the best lemonade I've ever had. I'm so glad I listened to Kukanova. That's your cooking with Kukanova moment right there for the day. Congratulations. You've survived. Boom, says outside. So loud out there. So we're going to want to add spines to the cactus. And I'm going to test a couple ideas for how I can do that, but it's going to be simple at first. I'm just going to drag this here under the cactus. Wait, I can do this in the same folder as I did the cactus flower. That was one of the whistly ones. Alright, so let's actually get rid of our fill layer that we just made. So we have this opacity layer here, and what this does is it makes something invisible. And so we're going to find our spine that we use. It's this tiny, tiny, tiny little shape here. And we're going to mask the cactus flower to cover that. And that'll make it invisible. So now look. Now we can't see those spines anymore. And then we're going to go back in here. And we're going to very simply and very easily paint on just our little spines. And I could do that by hand. So let's do that. I have a couple ideas for how I might go about it, but I'm going to try a simple thing first just to see it real quick. I'm going to want a fill layer. I'm going to want it to be like, let's say, kind of a yellowish color. Maybe a little warmer than that. I feel like it should be a little warm. Then I'm going to add a black mask over it so it can't be seen at all. And I'm going to pretty much just draw directly on this black mask. And just to see if this works out exactly how I want it. Oh, and let's also, while I'm here, let's turn off metal, normal, roughness. We're going to keep on height, maybe. We're going to turn that up a little bit. And then opacity is going to be 1. So then, whenever I paint this on, it'll be visible. And I'll keep it opened up on the side here, so you can see like how this affects, how what I do on the right affects what I do on the left. And so let's find like, there might be an alpha that can work really well for this, and I'm not sure. But if I had an alpha, then I don't have to like paint it as much. I feel like There should at least be like a star alpha that I can use to get an idea for what this should look like. Particular one. Yeah, this one right here. Let's just see. So we're going to make that really small, and we'll just do that. Make this white, so we're painting white on to a black, and then by doing that, boom. So there's the basic idea of how that's going to actually look. Of course, these are like really, like, it's a really rudimentary like shape to put on there, but kind of look at that.
Oh wow, that's cute. I like
That works out just fine, right?
Yeah. I would just like erase, like, oh wait, I see it zoomed in now. Yeah, I would just draw that yourself.
I'm going to just draw it myself.
It's like little
Or,
Christmas.
that's what my plan was. Just like draw it myself. But I mean, it's funny how well that actually works alone, just that shape. Like, look at that.
That looks awesome.
But yeah, I'm gonna draw it. But that was just to get an idea for how it looked. That's pretty sweet, right? How that like shapes out. And I only have to do it once.
Look at the little latch I made.
Nice. That's fun. Kind's making some like stuff in Maya as well that just looks really good. Kind's been just going crazy in Maya. So let's get like a thin, kind of rough brush maybe? No, maybe we'll do a smooth brush. Let's do like this chalk brush, this might look good. And I'm gonna draw this on with my hands. Look at that, you can see, even just drawing like one line, how well that works. That's pretty cool. This worked out like really well. I had high hopes though. What song is this? I feel like I've heard it before. Oh, it's Stardew Valley. Golden Stars Bork. I don't know what that means, but
Golden Stars what?
it's Bork. Oh, we're on a different video playlist now. What? Oh my gosh, they're going crazy with the fireworks out there. Look at that. This worked. Gosh, this worked really well. Realizing I don't want the chance of this being like, I don't know, see through it all, so I'm gonna try again real quick. There we go, this is gonna be better. And it's auto-saving. Takes like
Turn that off.
Takes like 30 minutes. It saves me though. It has saved me. So I'm not gonna turn it off. Especially because it saved this project again like today, pretty much. Well, actually, it didn't change much, but whatever. I know it's loud, right? They're like going crazy with the fireworks now. Their fake holiday. What?
I'm like the Pioneer Day like Grinch.
I am the Pioneer Day Grinch. I'm a real Scrooge about this. You know what? I'm sure my coworkers feel the same way too. A lot of them have to wake up really early like I do.
Oh yeah, I didn't consider they're gonna be doing this shit till like 2 a.m.
Sure are. Look at that. Got them spines. That's great. Turned out really good. It turned out like perfect. That's fun. It's cool. We did that. Now let's do this leaf. Oh wait. I might want to... I feel like I said I was going to redo these leaves. Just to make sure they're painted on well. Looks like it's painted on just fine actually still. So never mind, if I redid it, it's not going to change anything. But pretty much this is just an alpha and a picture set as the base material color. And I cut out this leaf and like cleaned it up. And I drew it in a 2D like program to like make it look better. And then I just exported that and put it in here and then pasted it on. You can just paste on images if you want. Pretty cool. Alright, okay. This pot needs to be done, and then this plant needs to be done. So this is the cactus spine, so let me name that. Close the cactus flower. We have pots opened up. This would be the... I'm gonna call this the swooshy plant, since that's what we ended up naming it. Swooshy, or maybe it was just wooshy. Wooshy plant. Wooshy pot. Pop, pop, pop. So I'm gonna make this like that, like, sort of plastic pot look that you get. So right now it's too shiny, so I'm gonna turn down the roughness, like maybe here. Looks about right for one of those pots. I'm gonna turn up metallic a little bit because I believe plastic has a little bit of metallic in it. And then it's not a perfectly clean thing. Also, should the dish underneath it be a different color?
Yeah.
Like, what should that be?
Maybe like a burgundy.
What material?
Maybe just like a ceramic, like a regular plate would be. Oh, we do like a flecky, like burgundy, like kind of like you did with those mugs on your thing, where they got like little paint splatters.
Why wouldn't I just do that with like the whole pot?
I mean, yeah, do that, and just do a black plate.
That sounds like a better idea, yeah. Alright, let's duplicate that. We'll make that a black mask, and we're gonna unmask the pot now, because I'm just gonna keep the pot a different color. I'm gonna keep the plate underneath black. Unless the plate underneath should match the pot. If it's gonna be like a different material. Maybe like they go together.
Maybe. I feel like having two different colors would be a good contrast.
Maybe.
Won't take away from the plant.
Let's find the rest of that pot. It's this one. So this will be the swooshy dish, and this will be swooshy pot. Back on swooshy dish, we're gonna make this. Well, I'm not sold on this material yet, so we'll go back to swooshy pot real quick. And what we want to do here is we want to go over here. We're gonna mask this back on, and we're gonna change the material. So now let's change this material. We're gonna get kind of something glossier. Almost like a ceramic kind of look. We'll take, if it's gonna be ceramic, we're gonna take off the metallic that we had on it. Ceramic's not really metallic at all. And let's see, what would be a good color with the scene? Maybe like I could do a burgundy because that would work, or like an orange.
You already have the terracotta pot, right?
That's true. I do have the terracotta pot. I think this is kind of a good material. What do you think?
Yeah. It's burgundy. I'd move it to the pinker end of the spectrum. Yeah. It looked like a brown.
It did look like a brown. This just looks maybe a little too pink though. I guess that this works. I'll do like yellow spots or something in it. Sounds good. Make it a little shinier. Maybe that's a little too shiny. Turn off the normal map on that. Okay, now we're gonna make this not perfect. So I'm gonna go over here on the material color here. I'm gonna go to add filter. I'm gonna add a kind of a grunge to it. In this case, I'll add this this finish to this so that it has a different kind of look. You'll see once it kicks in. So that's maybe a little too messy, but we're gonna up the scale a little bit, and we're gonna turn down the flake intensity so it won't be as ridiculous. I just want to show that it's not 100% perfect. Nothing really is. And if you're ever putting things into Unity, never have your metallic or your roughness values ever be solid 0 or solid 1, because nothing is perfectly smooth or perfect or like completely rough, and nothing's ever 100% metallic or 0% metallic. It's weird. Maybe it doesn't work that way with metallic, but definitely that way with roughness. I don't remember if it works that way with metallic, but it might.
It's metallic. It's not roughness.
No, Sam told me roughness also will be like that.
Maybe, but it's definitely metallic that he mentioned first.
He definitely mentioned it then, but he did tell us roughness first. Like he mentioned that to my class. Sam's cool. The wonderful man training me. Oops. Not mean to hit that button. Turn that back down. Turn the scale down a little bit because I didn't like how small these are. Make it a little bigger. So that looks good. And with that being a little different, I can actually make it shinier like I wanted. I feel like it'll look good if I do that. A lot of what I do is just like finding out how to make these materials sell in the way I want them to. Like, look at this now from a distance. I made these cool, I'll actually show them to you. So I made these cool coffee cups. And I designed like a whole logo for them and everything. Let me just open up my models and head over to that. It'll be this little pack right here, and they're actually for sale. Ooh, they got 60 views now, and two likes and stuff. That's good. And these have been bought a couple of times, which is cool. But as you can see here, so I got this cool logo I made for it. I was able to stamp that onto the cup. Same way I did the leaf for my plants that I showed. Of course, I have all these looking really good, and this material on this looks really nice. But what I really like is I love the like shine and shimmer that the cups have. You can see like the way the light hits it and everything. It actually feels like that material if you like recognize it at all. Even the plastic. The plastic looks and feels like plastic. And I just love that. But like these are where it really shines. Like where things get really good. These cups. Like, look how everything hits them. Then even I forgot I did a really good job on like the coffee inside of it. Like I love these two cups. So I was gonna try to make that pot a little bit like this, like with these speckles in it. But like this color. And then I'll show you the coffee on the inside of like this one right here looks really good. If I can get the light to hit it right. Or this one. This one looks really good. Look how the light hits that. And I textured all this. I also modeled it, but I also textured it. And texturing is really important. These would look like nothing if I hadn't textured it. What's cool is these are also like, these two sets of things are the same models, just handled differently. This has ice in it, I guess. I don't know if the other one does. It does. This has like a different lid. But yeah, it's cool. It's pretty sweet. Got this cool like frosted plastic look. I like it. I did a good job. I'm gonna try to sell you on a look like that, but with this. Let me save. It's been a little bit since I've saved. I'm kind of saving over an autosave, which is weird. I need to put this onto the main file. I know what's going on here, maybe. Maybe. We'll see why things have been slow. But Substance might be like running twice or something. This happened to me before. Maybe not. I don't know. It seems like it's gonna work, so it probably isn't running twice. If you hear booms, it's just people going crazy. Just going absolutely nuts out there. I love that every July it sounds like a war zone in the United States. And in Utah, they're like, well, we gotta make it the whole July. Alright. Back to the pot. So let's add another look in that pot. Kind of a yellow like this. Then we'll do a black mask so that you can't see it. We'll also get rid of metal and roughness and the filter on it. Because it doesn't need any of that, it just needs the color. So I'll bring out a brush. Select a brush I like dots. I don't know if I like those dots. Dots erased. Maybe be better. That's fun. kind of okay. Kind of like that. I'm not sure I'm too sold on like the dots again. I want it to be like the a lot like the coffee cup I made. Ooh, the funny whistly one.
Can't tell if that's a Utah baby or a firework.
It's a firework. It's one of those whistly fireworks. This is more like the what I used on the coffee cups. Oh, spacing. I can change spacing. Spacing, size jitter, flow jitter, angle jitter, position jitter. Do all of that. I don't know if I like that still. None of these dots hit me, right? Well, these dots kind of do. I think I found the ones that I want. Yeah, these work. I'm feeling that. Let's make sure this isn't on anything else because I can see it on other stuff. Why does it blank out? Let's cut it off from anything it's not supposed to be on. I think I've got it. And we got it. That looks good. It's a good little material. See that?
Nice.
Could do a effect on it to make it hit in a particular way. Wow. There we go. I like that. Jeez. Sounds like someone's shooting me in the head. Oh, they're like right there. They're being set off right next to us.
Like in the parking lot?
Look. They're definitely hummingbirds, not bats.
Mm-hmm. They're scared.
Do you hear how loud that was? Those are being set off like right here.
At least it rained, so it's not gonna set us on fire.
True, yeah, it rained like all day yesterday. You ever just lose control of your mouse because your computer like seizes up?
I haven't had that happen since I replaced the battery.
Mine's not even battery powered. It's just just kind of happens. Ooh, so I'm gonna do some cool stuff with this.
Yeah?
Yeah, because I'm gonna put like water droplets inside this little like dish.
Sounds like they're being set off in our hallway now.
It's because they're probably being set off like across the street. So I always like to add some kind of generator to make it like not look exactly. Oh, not a generator. I want to add. Don't worry about that.
How do they thump us from underneath?
I have no clue.
Are they like bopping us thinking that we're like doing something?
No.
They're like, Miss Stang, you play fucking music so loud, I don't want to fucking hear it. Shitty music too.
So we're gonna add something here to make this not just like totally flat, just like the last one. I'm gonna hope I get my mouse control back sometime this decade. Something else we should do is we should add like something like scratches to the pot that we're working on here, because it's still a little too clean. So, and at this point I need to make a folder to put this pot in. It's moving so slow. It's like unusually slow right now. Maybe I should just, well, let's see. Let me just switch this over. Firefox is apparently doing the job to like kill me here.
Firefox used to do that all the time when I'd be like a little kid playing games on my parents' computers.
It's because I have the like stream open in it and I'm like playing music. And I'm blocking Google from taking like all my data. And they don't like that. I have YouTube open, but I'm not letting them like take all kinds of info. Yeah, video decoding is what's doing it. It says I can close this. I don't need this open the whole time. That should make it a little better. Then you have substance. Just doing the rest of the work. A lot of memory. Huh? I mean, shouldn't be as bad as it seems like it is. All my GPUs being used up by, well, not all of it, like 5% of it, but most of it, by OBS, which makes sense. Yeah, whatever, it should be working fine. Stop being such a baby. Substance. Alright. Substance just being a baby. Being a baby. You're being a real baby. Garfield. You're a cat.
What'd you call him?
Garfield. You're a cat, Garfield. I don't trust cats. Master Zavala, you're being weird today, bar. You're being a weird one. You're being real weird. What?
Terrible voice.
How's that a terrible voice?
Stupid Cleveland voice.
Cleveland is epic, don't you know?
No.
You don't think Cleveland is epic? Here, let's watch the Cleveland Brown.
Fuck no. I used to have to hear that shit like fucking blasting through my TV at like 3 in the morning, and like my roommate decided to watch it and sing along 5 times in a row.
It's a sing-along.
It is not.
I'm sure Seth MacFarlane would want it to be. He likes to sing.
Well, he would love my last roommate then.
My name is and I'm here to I'm funny. Laugh. Everyone should be laughing. Uh-oh. I made a mistake. I fix it. Uh-oh. There's another one. I fix it. There's a mistake in my household. There's a steak in my eye. Alright, so we're gonna add a fill. Fills are cool. We're gonna set this color to be some...
Not Phillips.
They're not... Of course they're not... Yeah, fuck Philip. Turn the height down a little bit on this bad boy. Make sure we don't affect... We'll affect roughness a little bit. Just make it like less rough. So we're gonna have scratches. So now we're gonna add a black mask. We're gonna paint these in. I'm gonna find... I have brushes, but I'm gonna use an alpha. That looks like a scratch. Could also do cracks. You can see what that looks like on it. So you can see how that like kind of looks like there's a crack in it. We're not going to use that because I don't want it to have cracks. Cracks bad, scratch good. In this case. Gosh, my back hurts. So let's do the thing I'm thinking of. Pull this up so I can find the brush I want. Or the alpha I want. There, I also have different cracks. Didn't know I had different cracks. Oh, I did know I had different cracks. Never mind. I know I have different cracks. I know what I am. What are you, huh? Yeah, that's right. That's what I thought. gonna go to brushes then. Find one that looks nice and scratchy in the way I want. This looks good. Size it down a little bit. Alright. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up here. I'm going to just kind of paint over this. And with some spacing turned up. And we're just going to have a jitter on all this. Even flow a little bit. We're just going to let it kind of do itself. Now it should have some scratches on it. Yeah. It's got some scratches. Do another scratch on this side. I feel like it needs one. And we're going to also apply these to the little dish on the bottom too. That should have been enough. And yep, now it too has scratches. I don't like things to be perfect. But you don't want things to be too dirty, and sometimes you can get away, or you can get like carried away with doing that.
Oh yeah.
Some people
do some crazy dirty stuff.
Some people make things way too dirty. That's just no good. Now let's add water drops. These are pretty cool. Do no sloop. Try to get these water drops to only appear in like one spot if I can. And that works. Alright, we're gonna do this. We're gonna duplicate this layer here. And have like basically none of the effects from it. I'm gonna name this water drops. We're only gonna affect part of it that I want it to be affected. Add filter. Water drop. Now I can mask out where I don't want it to be. I can even just like hand paint out where I don't want it to be. Look at that. that there. We don't want that on all of this. We only want it on the middle. Select only the middle. Go back in here. Now it looks like there's water inside the dish. Oh, I need to apparently fix something on this. Side here. There we go. Now I come back. Yeah, I was right. Now it looks like this is water in the center of the dish, and I'm going to real quick add a filter to the mask. I'm gonna blur it a little bit. By doing that, it won't be such a hard shut off to the edge. Can even look a little bit like some water's dripping off of it, which is great. It's excellent. It's working perfectly. Let's shift this to a little bit of a green. Let's have a slight color change here. And let's bring roughness in. I'm gonna make this really look like water. Has been dripping into this. That looks great. It worked exactly how I wanted it. See how we can get these cool materials? By working a little bit. Looks like there's actually water in there. Doesn't it? Looks like there's a little bit of water in there.
Yeah, that's nice.
I think I worked that perfectly. Excellent. Now we've done that pot. Look at the different pots we have. And we did the cactus, gave it the spines. I need to fix the dirt on the cactus a little bit. Just gotta pull it up onto the cactus like I want. That's fine. That'll be easy to do. I'll do that later though. Since it's not that cool of a thing to actually show. Let's see. How will I end up? I'm saving the project. It's taking forever because of course it will. How's the stream going, by the way? Anybody want me to continue for longer? I might stop here pretty soon. If not, I just wanted to stream and talk. It's been a while. Show some cool things I can do. Show some cool things you can do. Show you how to do them. That's all I wanted to do. Let's see. What's a good leaf to base this on? I don't know, plant leaves. Let's look up. Houseplant leaves, maybe? Kinda like that. Not quite like that. These are a little too perky too. Closer to this. But rounder. Maybe like this. Yeah. I wish I knew what plant this was. Let's just find a transparent. Wow, okay. Could make it look like Makar.
Oh yeah.
this guy right here. What's this prayer plant? We have a prayer plant. We named Makar. He's gone now. He got infested with these bugs, and we like cleared them out, but it, like ruined his roots. Prayer plant leave. Oh wow. Oh, he was totally a prayer plant, huh?
Yeah, we knew that.
We didn't know at first. I just wanted to like double check. But like, is this what they become?
No, it might be a different variety.
Well, you can see like if you look at this and then like look at this. This looks like an in between.
I would have gotten kind of spooked if he started looking like the larger leaves.
Like this is what he looked like for a little bit. He was almost like this bushy.
All the prayer plant problems. Whoa, maybe he like just died.
Our prayer plant didn't turn yellow though. He did just like die.
Yeah, stupid nasty like bugs.
But yeah, if you look at like this one right here looks like a middle evolution between like this and that. That would have been crazy. It does say how to grow prayer plants on this. Makar turning into that would have been crazy. Could you have imagined? Should I make the leaves look like a prayer plant leaves?
Oh, go for it.
Say go it.
Yeah, go for it.
Say go it. Brownie, you. Brownie, you. Look at this green alien hiding in this plant. Let's see. Maybe I won't go for a prayer plant because his leaves are hard to find. I mean, I could always take one of these and like cut them out that we were looking at before. Not one of these, but one of what I was looking at before. Prayer plant. That's scary what their leaves turn into. I'm still like super shocked. They're the first thing that comes up. I had no. Could you have imagined if like Makar started doing that?
We get freaked out.
I would have been like, "Whoa, what's going on, buddy?" Like really, yeah, it would have been kind of freaky, just because we wouldn't have known that was gonna happen. Wow. Maybe I'll pick a different plant. The prayer plant leaf is too like not generic in this case. Leafy house plant. We have a snake plant. His name is Kojima, for obvious reasons. Yeah, something like this would be fine. I guess it's ivy. Let's look at ivy. Not icy, ivy. Not poison ivy. Yeah, like this. Oh, that's like the perfect kind of leaf. Ivy leaf. Oh my gosh. What an attack.
Sounded like you bombed.
I got attacked. That's what I get for eating too much.
That's why you get what?
What I get for eating too much. have that one song in my head right now. Oh, Whistly. This would be a beautiful like leaf to get. What song is it?
Oh, Mind Electric?
Mind Electric, that's right.
What about it?
I have it stuck in my head like real bad right now. But like just the humming part at the beginning, like the like that thing. Me too. Ooh, yeah. Uh-oh. Don't set off my fireworks. You might get burned. Chills is great. If you set up...
He was like a kind of shittily written like video game boss.
Uh-huh. If you set off my fireworks, you might get burned. Number 15. Stinky inky boo boo boy. There once was a stinky inky boo boo boy, and he said a word. That word made everyone cry. Uh-oh. That's him getting vaporized. Uh-oh. Dude, I'm hilarious. When are you gonna laugh? That's not laughter. I rubbed your arm viciously. Why'd you make that so theatrical for a little tiny itsy bitsy baby burp? It was an itsy tiny itsy little baby burp. You were super like dramatic about it. I'm not an itsy super tiny itsy baby burp. I'm not. I'm fucking not. Now this can't be labeled a child-friendly content because I said the fuck word. Uh-oh, I said the fuck word. What's the dirtiest word you want to hear Chill say?
None.
Clobber.
What?
Clobber. It's clobbering time.
Why would he be saying clobber? Is he gonna bash my fucking head in?
I'm gonna clobber this little goblin running around in the background of these videos.
If I saw that thing, I would beat the shit out of it with my shoe.
If I saw that thing, I would clobber it. I would smash it with my shoe, that little goblin on the floor. Little evil goblin. Making my video static. Possibly even ruining my really expensive camera. Resident Simon, you smell like piss. Have you been drinking again? He doesn't say Resident Simon.
Resident Minor. The
Resident-
song was called Resident Simon.
That's right. That's weird that I remembered that one for some reason. 'Cause I only heard that once. Oh my gosh, I can't find one I like enough. Alright, kind question, which kind of leaf? This kind of leaf or this kind of leaf?
What was the first one? The one on the left has like a better picture.
This one?
Yeah.
Well, I mean just like type, shape-wise, because I can find like...
I like the one on the left
I was
better.
gonna say, I can find more of these. This one, this
The
one.
one on the left looks better.
Okay. I don't smell like pee. That's you. You're the pee smelling one. You smell like piss. I've been obsessed with making characters say you stink lately. You smell like shit, Guardian. I don't quite like the way you smell. Your scent is horrid. Your scent makes me ill. I'm worried for you. I have IBS, Guardian. I just thought I'd let you know. It's not very comfortable, and I don't like to talk about it much. But it's true, it's what I feel.
Is that what he says right before he fucking motorboats you?
That's what it sounds like when I motorboat your ass cheeks, Guardian.
Ew.
Zavala, don't do that. Guardian.
I fucking
I like that he like, kind of laughs before he dies. Zavala, why do you be this way, boy? You're being a ridiculous fella. Resident Simon, eat my nose. Anybody want to watch me clean up an image of a leaf?
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. Let's do this thing. Did it not stay copied? Did I lose it? I'm gonna lose my fucking nose if I keep this up.
Lose his nose?
I'm gonna lose my mind. About to lose it in
He
here.
said he's gonna lose his nose.
Gonna lose my fucking scent. Gonna want this to be a little bit longer because the shape I have of the model. It's kind of like that. And then now I'm gonna, and then I'm gonna, and then I'm gonna, and then I'm gonna be like, then I gotta take this and I gotta be like, ooh, ooh, yeah, uh-oh, whoa. You smell that? You smell that, Guardian? Ass cheeks fresh. Zavala's getting freaky these days. Foolish. He is foolish. Guardian, are you ready to feel the fear of dying young? I like how you laugh at Commander Zavala with me, even though you've like not really even played the game.
Mm-hmm.
He's funny. He's got a stupid, funny voice, and I love it. I love every second of hearing that guy talk. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh. Losing my mind a little bit. Probably shouldn't be streaming at this point, but I am. I do it for the views, baby. I do it for the views, Guardian. I do it for the view. View. Bing, bing, bong. Bing, bong. Bing, bing, bong. Bing, bong. Soldier. Whistly boy.
My birthday when I did your photo.
Cain, you are too funny for this world. Prepare to die. Resident Ushband offen here. Your brain is laid out on the floor. I'm losing it, Cain. I'm actually starting to crack. Starting to do crack. Guardian, have you ever done crack? Guardian, we have to do crack. It's the only way. I realized I started like I shifted from Commander Zavala to like Zap Rannigan or whatever from Futurama. I needed to get back to my roots. Hello, Kane. I love you. Oh, don't do that at me. You're gonna scare the bird. Did you hear me sniff the microphone, everybody? Sniff the microphone. Wow. Whoa. What was that?
Me crying because you sniffed the microphone.
What? Stop laughing. Stop making fun of them. They can hear you, maybe.
Probably can't.
Mm-hmm. I did that PNG. Alright, now I gotta make an alpha of this. So to make an alpha of something, you need two things. One, you need a black background. That's important. Actually, it's very important. So if this would let me actually have my background, maybe I could. There we go. Black background. And then the second thing you need is whatever your foreground is to be completely white. So I'm gonna select this whole thing, alpha lock it, which I've already done. Have white be my color, and I'm gonna fill it. There we go. Easy as that. Hard to believe. Okay. So then, now, what you need to do with that big, heavy brain of yours that you're dragging on the floor behind you is you're going to want to hit Control Shift S so you can save as. Make sure you're saving a PNG, have it named whatever you want, and then add a little alpha at the end of that. Boom. Then you save that. You're like, oh, damn, I'm so smart. I'm so hot. All the boys and girls are going to love me. Then you exit the program you were working in because you don't want it anymore. You close your extra tabs in Firefox. You don't need them anymore. Then you come on over here into our good pal Substance. All right? Okay. Open up alphas. You're going to need to find those sweet, nasty Substance files you got. Drag in your IV PNG and your IV alpha. Alright? Take your IV PNG, call that a texture. Take your IV alpha, call it an alpha. Bring them in for, honestly, I'm going to keep them forever because they're actually probably going to be pretty useful. So I'll just add them to my shelf forever. Import. And now I need to go to my plants folder. Definitely need to go to my plants folder. I need to add a folder underneath it. And this is going to be Whooshy Plant. Or I'm going to name it Ivy now because now that I know what I want it to look like. So Ivy, and in there I need opacity. I'm going to need opacity as a thing, and I don't want color, I don't want metal, I don't want height, I don't want normal, I don't want rough. I want my opacity to be 0. And I need to set Ivy to be only Ivy. So we got to do a black mask, and we're just going to want to select only the one piece that we want. So now you can see all our leaves are invisible. And you might say, oh no, the leaves are invisible, I can't you know, you're fine, you'll be safe. It's okay, you're safe with me. Opacity. Just leave that there, and on top of that, add a layer. Not a fill, just a regular layer. And I rarely use regular layers, but in cases like this, super useful. Make sure the leaf is the direction you want to use it. And now, pretty much, we're going to paint directly on this layer. We're going to scroll down in our alpha right here. We're going to put in the alpha that we just made. So now it cuts out into exactly the shape of that leaf. And then in base color, we're just going to drag in the leaf itself. So now the color is the leaf that we have. It's great. Flip your brush around so that it's the direction you need it. Also make sure your alphas are perfectly square when you work with them. It's the only way to actually have them work. Make sure your alignment is UV so it doesn't like paste weird. And your size space is viewport so that it also doesn't like wiggle around while you try to place it. And in this, your opacity should be set to based on this alpha as well. So let's undo what we did. Okay. Well, we undid a little too far. So this will be ivy leaf. So we have our base color set, our opacity set, our alpha sets, and now when we do it, boom, we place it. Look at that, we got our leaves. Exactly the way we want them to look. Except the material might be a little off, but we can fix that in a minute. That's like pretty much perfect in terms of the way it looks. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to set these actually a little further up so I can have an actual stem. Probably don't want too long of a stem maybe, but longer stem might help. We'll see about that. So we'll set these far up like that. Then we'll add in another, this time we'll add in a fill. So we're going to add a fill, we're going to bring that under the ivy leaf. And what we want to do is turn off normal. I'm going to turn off opacity. I'm going to turn off height because I don't want to change height. I do want to change the roughness though. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take base color. It's a weird thing I noticed. Okay, I'm going to take base color and I'm going to pick the darkest color of this leaf. This is basically going to make sure we don't have any weird white edges. I would actually just take the color of what's closest to the edge in most cases. Probably about this color is good. So you can see now I don't have white edges on the leaf. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the roughness I have here. I'm going to turn it down. I don't feel like this is a very shiny leaf. Not supposed to be at least. Oh, let's also make sure that I painted it with these values on, didn't I? Yeah. Alright. We need to clear this layer and paint it again. Stinky. Alright, let's try again. Get our brush back out. And it's as easy this time. We just want color and opacity, nothing else. There we go. Don't break because I hit undo. Jeez. Chill out, substance. It's like, goodness. Foolish thing. There we go. Go up here, place this wherever on the leaf you want it. My leaf card is a little like long. Something I just kind of didn't think about. So that looks pretty good. And now, this right here will be the material layer that will actually make sure everything is the way I want it. So like I said before, we can control things like metallic, which we don't want any metallic on this. So we can just turn off metallic. But roughness. Roughness kind of matters a little bit. And it'd be nice if it could shine a little bit. Some spots. But we don't want it to shine everywhere, so we're going to take a filter to this. I use filters a lot. They're really useful. Just add a little bit of a grunge to it or something. We could also do this based on like maps. If we wanted like not grunge maps, or like use a custom grunge so it only affects it in like a certain particular way. But I think this will be fine. Basically, we'll just make it seem a little more natural, because some parts won't shine at the exact same time others do. Like, see that? Increase the scale on this. Not that much. Yeah, like that. That's like pretty good. Turn down the effect that actually has on this. This is basically exactly how I was hoping it would turn out. That looks good. Well, that looks great. That like came out just fine. Now we can add some leaves or some stems. Stems are definitely going to be helpful being longer. So what we're going to do to get these stems, going to add another fill. This one will have height on it. And it won't have metal, won't have normal, won't have roughness, will have opacity. And we do need to do black mask on it. We're just gonna draw on the stem ourselves. We're gonna want to go to our brushes and get a real brush. Something simple, just like, I'll say basic soft in this case. I don't want it to be too hard of an edge so that it looks like it's kind of tapering with the height that we're adding to it. We're not adding color, are we? We are adding color. Let's turn off color. Same thing, we don't want the size base. We want the size base to be on, we want UV and we want viewport for this. Anything else would be a foolish move. Oh, that's weird. I get why that happened, but I didn't consider. Okay. Gonna need to use the brains a little bit. We gotta make basically a straight line. Perfect. And now we can edit that color underneath because I'm realizing it needs to be changed. Or, you know what? We can make this its own color too. We should. We'd be smart to do that. That color seems good. Now we can leave this textured like this. We can always add more into the model if we need to later. We don't have to bring it into... We won't have to bring it into Substance to fix this again. That's pretty cool. What do you think of my leaves?
Oh, they look nice.
I'm gonna fix the fact that they're all disjointed, but I can fix that later.
Is that your computer or mine?
Mine. It's saving. We get rid of that like old file of this that got like weird and broken. Since this is taking up space on my computer at this point. That's pretty cool though. This works out fine. This looks just like a leaf. We've done such a great job. You know what? Maybe one thing I might do is I might tint this a little bit so it matches the other leaves a little bit more. like stylistically. Though the other one's supposed to be fake, but let's do it. I feel like this should work a little better. It's not literally not changing anything when I do that. This seems to work out how I want it. Okay. Let's add like a yellowiness to this.
Finally made this stupid shade.
It's cool that I can do that. Let's actually not do this though. Let's just leave that. That looks good as it is. Now let's get the kind of vine things fixed up. Just name this ivy stem. Black mask. You can just do that in the side view. Just do something so I can find it. Let's change the color of this too. Make it red so I can find it. Non-metallic. Oh, I guess we want to make sure metallic's here on this. Height is completely unnecessary, so we won't even bother. Let's see. Don't even bother with opacity. Once I finish this plant, I'll call it for the stream. It's because I want my computer to operate at like better speed than mostly 0. Let's see. Oh yeah, generator. Generator based on world space normals. That'll probably do something I want. Could also do it based on light, but world space normals is gonna do what I want it to. It totally is. Sweet. Let's see how this generator will allow me to basically add a kind of a gradient to this. Make the lighter parts of these stems lighter. Which just makes the stem itself look cooler. It's nice to have like that variation. So sweet. There we go, we did that. That's what I want. And I can use that to make the rest of this look much better. Once I like work with the model itself again. Now knowing where the stem and everything's gonna be. That pot's done. The plants are pretty much done. Their textures are done. I should work with this pot more. And then the model on this I'm gonna change a little bit because I'm not sure how I feel about it compared to what I had before. I'll fix the pot now. And then I'll call it. Taking forever to load. Alright, whatever. I know what I'm going to do for the pot. I'm going to go ahead and call the stream. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope we all learned some cool stuff. Today I taught you how to make a pillow in 5 seconds. That was really cool. Pillows are harder than you think to make in Maya. You'd think it'd be like fairly simple, but it's certainly like a lot tougher than that. Than just like, well, if you wanted to model it normally, it's certainly a lot tougher to like model it out piece by piece. But if you do the like cloth sim thing, it takes literally no time. And it's actually like really cool that that's the case. So thank you. Thank you for coming along. I hope you learned some things, some insight on how this process works. Ow, that was my finger. Sorry I sort of like quieted out there for the last probably 30 minutes or so. Just kind of, my brain like shut down while I just kind of worked. Just kind of can happen sometimes. But absolutely, thank you for being here. It was fun getting to talk. I'm gonna stream more often. I just don't have time. I might not get to stream for a little bit still either. Just depends. Like maybe sometime next week I can, but the week after I absolutely can't. And some other stuff too. Maybe the week after that I probably can't. Maybe the week after that I might not be able to because then I'll be starting like another set of classes. Just everything's the busy time. Thank you so much though. Good night. Good night. Good night.